Hello from the sunny south of France. This video is the final leg of my journey from England back to my home in south of France. It isn't a one-day trip because I stopped off to see some friends and then stopped off to see my friend Steve, who's just moved in his village of Touffaille, which is in the Tarn-et-Garonne, and then from there to here. So the whole journey, that stage, probably took almost a week. But I'd obviously just filmed the travelling bits, so I hope you like it. Just leaving Chaumont now. That was a lovely couple of days. I had a walk yesterday, 12 kilometres I think, because I'd forgotten my shoes for my bike, so I couldn't cycle. So I went for a walk, and I have to say, away from the river, south anyway, it's very boring. On the north side of the river there's vineyards, at least in this section, and on the south it wasn't. On the plus side, I did see a deer, and then a little while later a large stag, but that was in the woods, I couldn't take a photo. I saw a fox. Hunting, I suppose it was, hunting. But it was pretty dull other than that, just walking across wheat fields and past a sunflower field. A field of sunflowers. But that will teach me to double check I have everything. And next time I'll use my bike, which I've now appeared to have carried with me all the way to France, and I'll carry all the way back again, not being able to use it, which is a bit of a pain. Just before I camped the day before yesterday, the AdBlue light came on, so I've just managed to find a supermarket that's open, although it's Sunday. It's the day before Bastille Day, but I did find somewhere open. This is Bléré. And now I've got 5 hours to go before I stop for this evening. Don't think I've ever been through here. Seen it on signposts, but it's not somewhere I've ever stopped. It's on the banks of the Cher. There are quite a few windmills in France, but they're often pardon me, they're often very different to the ones in England. That one actually looks like it might even been based on an old semaphore. It's like a fortified basement. Anyway, here we are then, south of the Loire, south of the Cher, and as I say, 5 hours to go. Fields of sunflowers on the left. They haven't yet woken up, they're all still droopy. Well, it's 10 o'clock. Oh, come on, sunflowers, time you were up and staring at the sun. That's more like it, isn't it? All the sunflowers on the right. Just a sea of yellow under a cloudless blue sky. Haven't seen many of those on this particular trip. Is that the first or second? Not many anyway. There's a big ruined castle here. Somewhere on the right I saw it. Looked a pretty place. It's midday, it's 27 degrees. I suppose I'll start looking for somewhere to stop, have my lunch. 2.5 hours to go. Not sure it's as pretty as I thought it was going to be, but everywhere looks not bad at all when it's this sunny, doesn't it? Well, that was a rather nice lunch stop. You hardly ever find them when you need them. But you can see it in the shade. I'll reverse. In the shade with a picnic bench just beside the road, easy turn off. I don't think a single car went past while I was having lunch. Lovely. Just another couple of hours to go now. I'm in Cognac region now. Past a couple of distilleries, you know, Cognac and Pinot. The road is bordered on either side by vineyards. Here, very well tended, very neat and tidy. I think this is the Chateau of Saint-Martial. I've just seen a sign, and we're in Jarnac. Can't really see the chateau. It was quite impressive a little way back. And there are apparently roadworks in here. It says road closed, so I don't know where or how to get around it. Or maybe it won't be closed as it's Sunday and tomorrow's a bank holiday Monday. You never know. Saying road closed each time you drive past it, and it says it's closed again, but maybe it's not. I might have got away with it, maybe it was that. It was that. It must have been. It must. There's another river just coming up. Looks like quite a big one. I don't know what it is. I crossed the Charente River a while ago and it was quite a small river then. Oh, it is the Charente, and it's a lot bigger now than it was when I crossed it. Oh, it's very pretty, very, very. Manoir there, dead ahead. I suppose this area was rich on cognac. Just past an old stone sign to say we've changed departments. I can't see the modern one anywhere. let myself in. And that's Iggy the dog. Well, I've had 3 nights here, I think, and now it's time for the next stage of my trip. Been quite cool actually. It's warming up now, but it was fresh, and there was a bit of rain and cloud. But now hopefully it's going to be sunny for the next week or two. River. Oh, I don't know what the river is. It could be the Dordogne. I'm not sure. Doesn't say anywhere, does it? I'm fairly familiar with this route. I don't remember all of it, but I remember a lot of the junctions. I know there's traffic lights. Yep, there they go. Just stopped for lunch beside the Dordogne, but I couldn't really see it, and now I'm crossing the Dordogne. Here it is. Can't see it at all from this bridge either, and it's a modern bridge, but I'm crossing the Dordogne, going around Bergerac to the south, past the airport, and then I suppose more south. Means there's only one department to go before tonight's stop, because it's in the Tarn-et-Garonne, which I think I'm pretty certain is next to the Lot-et-Garonne. Oh, can you see the sunflowers? That's lovely, although some of them have already started to fade, get dry, I don't know what the word, they got ripen I suppose, and then they just droop their heads. They don't lift them when the sun comes up, and I've seen a couple of fields like that already. Well, I was slightly wrong, because I'm meeting Steve somewhere close to his house, but in a different department. I'm in my home region anyway, Occitanie, and another 15 minutes to go, and then stop for however long, and then later on we'll carry on to Touffaille. Sign said Tarn-et-Garonne, but you couldn't read it in the bushes as it is. Steve was spending the afternoon by a lake, I presume with some friends, but €7 to park. I'm not paying €7 to sit by a small lake for a couple of hours, so I will carry on my journey and park at Steve's for the night. Field of sunflowers. There's quite a few around here among the vines, and I don't know what the other crops are. I know there's fields of asparagus, but sunflowers are lovely. They lift your spirits. Well, I had a nice couple of days with Steve Hill, and now it's the last stage. Another 4.5 hours before I get home, and then I can unpack and pack again, ready for the 2CV World Meeting in Slovenia. BMW there on the left. Really don't see many driving around. Early 60s. Lovely. I haven't seen many on this journey. I think I've seen none until the day I was, what was the day? No, 2 days ago when I was driving the last section, and I saw a Mahari, an Ami, and a 2CV, I think it was. Isn't that an impressive tree? I have no idea what it is. Whether it's natural or trained like that. But it's an impressive one. I appreciate the departments like to have their own logos, but in the olden days, going hark back to those, they all were the same. So you could see them when they were coming up, and then you knew you were in a new department. But now, because a lot of them are different, I don't know how many I miss. Anyway, we're in Haute-Garonne. I don't think I'm in this department for long before I leave it and then come back into it. I can't remember, but this is, well, I've got 3.5 hours to go, so I've been going an hour. Last one, because I've got 2 hours to go, but I won't be leaving this department. I'm back at home. I have mostly unpacked and got the house ready. I'm only going to be in there for a few days, but I'm going to enjoy this sound while I'm here. I absolutely love it. It was 32 degrees when I arrived. I think it's a bit cooler now, but I filled up the car with fuel, started okay. I put the solar panels up, and it's 5:30, so I think I'm going to have an ice cool beer, or maybe 2, or maybe even 3.